Welcome to a 1v1 on road to Kharkov. This game is going to be Uzmanoy versus the Deutsche Wehrmacht. US forces versus Ostheer. Ostheer has brought mechanized assault, or no, sorry. They look so similar, I always get them confused. Elite troops, encirclement, that could be fun, and fortified armor, which could also be fun. I never see either of these two. But I'm guessing we're gonna see elite troops. Well, I don't know. You know what? I don't know for sure if that's the case. I guess we'll see what he chooses to do. Uzmanoy has brought airborne infantry company and rifle company, so yeah, definitely a toss-up for all three of these people. We've got a second rear echelon squad coming out for Uzmanoy for the extra cabbing power, I assume, and die Deutsche Wehrmacht has purchased Grenadier into MG42. This road to Kharkov, so the first engagement usually takes some time before it happens.
That's it. Points ours.
It's really dark. Lighting is all off. I need to turn that light on.
Area is ours.
Rifle squad ready for action.
Area is ours.
That's a little better.
Target secure.
Rear echelons took the strategic point here in the north.
Steady up.
Riflemen engaging some pioneers that were putting some barbed wire down. I think he was trying to wire off this road. He's not able to do so in time. Riflemen will be able to take the strategic point. MG42 has been fielded and is making its way towards this munitions, and I think it will catch these riflemen as they round the corner. Very nice MG placement, and that rifle squad will probably be forced to retreat. These pioneers are going to round the corner to keep the riflemen suppressed. Take out one squad member. There are rear echelons over here available to assist in the engagement, but again, if they cross the road, they will walk into the fire of the machine gun. Grenadiers engaging riflemen here on the right side. Meanwhile, rear echelons continue to back up the left. And the riflemen actually came unsuppressed. Unfortunately, pioneers don't even do enough damage at close range to keep the squad suppressed, apparently. Maybe they were reloading. I didn't quite get to watch the full engagement. These riflemen charged these grenadiers across open ground. Grenadiers were in yellow cover when they got charged, and it looks like that won them the engagement. Machine gun repositioned to fire on those riflemen, and they get suppressed again, and these two grenadier squads available nearby to support will definitely force a full retreat. But these rear echelon troops that were capturing the center victory point have now taken the cutoff for the Ostheer, and that's going to slow his ability to tech. He's only just now hitting 45 fuel, which is going to give him the ability to unlock Battle Phase 1. Which he's probably going to be getting soon after his 3 Grenadiers MG42 start. But he might, it looks like he's maybe going to get another Grenadier squad first, or another MG or something. Pioneers are engaging these rear echelon troops. They'll off the wall. They've already been suppressed, and pioneers will do heavy damage to them at close range. Volley fire going off from within the house on that squad of pioneers, but they're in green cover. It's not enough though, they still get suppressed, and the grenadiers also get suppressed. Wow. That was impressive. Grenadiers making their way up from the right side. Airborne has been selected by Uzmanoy, so probably going to be seeing Pathfinders. He chose the Doctrine at 1 CP, so he may want some Pathfinders, or maybe he just decided that's what he wanted on this map, and he's going to hold out for paratroopers. Riflemen moving up to harass the right side. We also have a few squads moving up from various different routes here in the center. This squad is at full health and moving into green cover at close range. Perfect flank on those friends, and will definitely force retreat. Grenades have also been teched. Fires a smoke grenade at the MG defending the right, and he's going to try to get into range, it looks like, to take it out. He's moving wide across the right side to get outside of its arc of fire, which looks like
Our
a
lines of supply are
pretty good
disrupted.
play. But he didn't go far enough, he's just standing there.
The enemy
It does
is
not quite get
taking our
suppressed, fortunately.
territory.
Makes it clear of the arc of fire, but he did not charge either. These riflemen do take the strategic point immediately outside the Osterre base. Cutoff has also been secured. The Grenadiers are making their way back for a counterattack now, and die Deutsche Wehrmacht still hasn't picked up like at all. It hasn't even gone battle phase 1. Meanwhile, a lieutenant has been purchased, but no light vehicle is on the field yet, just an ambulance. A utility car could definitely punish die Deutsche Wehrmacht for not picking up.
Ambulance ready for action.
Maybe he's holding out for AA half-track.
A capture point
Rifleman
is
squad
under
is
attack.
forced to retreat here in the center. Riflemen on the left side also forced to retreat.
A capture point is being overrun.
Flamethrower taking heavy damage from that lieutenant squad. He will be able to retreat maybe safely.
Position's good to go. That's it. Keep it coming.
Very close to a squad wipe, but he does get away thanks to the shed here. And the cutoff still remains in nobody's hands. Lieutenant is trying to keep the cutoff under his control, firing on those grenadiers. He's not walking into the capture circle though, and the cutoff does briefly at least get retaken. The Osterre, and it looks like he's finally spent some fuel on battle phase 1.
Upgrade accomplished.
No commander selection yet though. A grenade went off over here and
Has
took out
broken our
3
supply
grenadiers.
lines.
MG42 has been a second MG42 has been fielded to defend the cutoff. So one defending the fuel, one defending the cutoff, although the lieutenant has managed to decapture it once again. Ambulance in the base healing up a force of American infantry which are going to make their way back towards the left side, and a fighting position is being upgraded with a machine gun on the center victory point here. The lieutenant is actually going to circle around for a flank on this MG42, which has actually left its position on the field though. American infantry about to retake the cutoff. Oh, and that lieutenant just got caught pretty out of position. This flame burst could be bad. Not too bad though. No unfortunate flame crits. I think the lieutenant will get away alive. If that MG42 had been facing this way though, who knows what might have happened. Of course, it was forced to be faced that way to deal with the rear echelon squad. Something over there just got shot at. This force of infantry is making its way up the left road. And the MG42 took a grenade and will be forced to retreat. Volley fire is going out on these grenadiers now, but with only 2 squad members remaining and at medium range and green cover, I really don't think it's going to work this time. And he does retreat. Rifleman vaulting the wall. Rifle grenade goes out. Doesn't do anything though. It's a little bit off target. Or he retreated out of it rather. And these riflemen look like they want to throw another grenade. It's almost off cooldown. LMG grenadiers forced to retreat. But even with a grenade, it looks like the Osterre will win this engagement. And finally, the Osterre has some semblance of control over his cutoff and fuel. Oh geez, that could be bad. I don't know if that flamethrower is going to get away alive. One more burst from the machine gun. Okay. Barely makes it away again. It's twice in a row now that flamethrower has made it away, which is like a sliver of health. Nice harassment of the American cutoff, by the way, by some random grenadier squad, I guess. I must have missed that happening.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Welcome to the death factory, boys. Stick with me and you might just make it. Yell or use the bullet splash method to point out the direction of the shooter.
Armory has unlocked the Browning automatic rifle.
What the hell am I meant to do with these recruits?
Bear honey? No, I said
Green as green
flamethrower.
can be.
Did I pronounce it that poorly?
Grab your shield and follow me.
Pathfinders have been fielded,
Point secure. Keep
and they
them
are
up.
making their way towards the
area to
right
see which
side.
means
They don't have smoke grenades, but they will see
Get
the
ready for action.
they will see the machine gun before the machine gun sees them. As you can see from the fog of war here, they have a nice long vision range, so they can just dodge the No fire there. They're going to hide in those bushes while smoke grenades
The enemy
make
is
their way
overrunning one of
up
our
the right
capture
side.
points.
Meanwhile, here on the left, rear echelons retaking the cutoff, and a couple of riflemen squads are going to attempt to take the left side. Most of the Ulster forces are concentrated here on the cutoff, though. He does not want that to get harassed anymore. Pathfinders move up to bait the machine guns' fire, and riflemen on the flank force it to retreat. Still no vehicles produced by Uzmanoy, by the way. He has 116 fuel now. Maybe he's thinking about rushing Major Tech. But we'll see. He's also got 4 command points, so if he needs an AT gun, he can drop one. Speaking of AT guns, the first pack has hit the field here in the back and is making its way up towards the cutoff. MG42 firing on these riflemen here. Pretty scary blob of grenadiers, LMG on those, fire their LMGs on those Pathfinders and force a retreat. These riflemen will probably be next. Rifle grenade going out. He did not notice in time, but he was in green cover and it negated 50% of the damage from that grenade, so he does not lose the squad. Smoke grenade is successful here, and that machine gun really needs to retreat. I'm not sure it's going to get away with 2 rifle squads at such close range. Barely gets away. Very lucky. 2 LMG Grens on the right side are going to retake the fuel point. Has been harassed by a rifleman squad. And a major is, I think, yes, a major is now in production. And rear echelons have taken the entire left side, and the cutoff has been taken once again as well. The 2 LMG Grenadier squads are not available to defend. These 2 squads are making their way back towards the front line. Still no commander selection. I'm not sure what he should go. I guess elite troops, but it's a long way till 15 command points. I definitely don't think encirclement would be very much help. And I don't think this would be very much help either. But I guess we'll see. He does have 135 fuel. It's 55 to tech to tier 3. And it's another 30, or no, not 30, 25. So 70 in total he would have to spend just to get the structure. Still several minutes away from being able to afford an actual tank. His opponent, on the other hand, is going to have a Sherman on the field in about 1 minute. And he has purchased 2 anti-tank guns in preparation for that. Has retaken his cutoff, taking the left side cutoff as well. American forces making their way back to the front lines. We do have BARs purchased on 2 squads. Or no, that's just the lieutenant. So 1 squad. Unless the Pathfinders have any. Which I don't think
One of
they
our
do.
fighting positions is sustaining fire.
And the fighting position is about to go down to the pack gun.
We've lost a fighting position.
Get your men covering the approach.
Fuel stores complete.
LMG Grenadiers forcing those lieutenant,
Get ready.
forcing the lieutenant to retreat. Pack is continuing to attack ground there for some reason. The fighting position's been destroyed. And he is now repositioning them. Left side is being harassed by Pathfinders once again. The ambulance has actually moved up a little bit. I think the major, yes, that's the major's retreat point
Our
there.
capture point is being overrun.
The bushes. Flamethrower repositioning the safety away from those riflemen. The AT guns are kind of just sitting in the back. And it looks like I was wrong. He's not going to be getting a Sherman. He's actually getting a Scott first, which is a little bit dangerous against 2 packs, because if it parks in the wrong spot for an instant, it'll just explode. But on this particular map, with all of the various shot blockers and just clutter in this area, it can be quite effective if it gets some lucky shots off, especially against clumped unit formations like that. Riflemen defending the center victory point will retreat back to the ambulance
A capture
here.
point is under attack.
Pathfinders have placed a beacon, but it's been destroyed. They are engaging those grenadiers. They'll also be forced to retreat. The map is definitely starting to look pretty divided in half as the American struggles to push successfully against the MG and Grenadier wall. Hopefully his Scott will help him break some of these defensive formations a little bit, though.
The capture point is under attack.
Scott making its way across the right side. Rear echelon is forced away by the machine gun here. The Scott is utilizing its barrage to fire on the machine gun when really it should probably use attack ground. But either way, looks like it managed to destroy its cover at least. Machine gun going to reposition to safety. And here's the capture circle. The BAR rifleman taking heavy damage from grenadiers in the center should be able to take the victory point.
Area secured.
Now going to retreat. Scott moves into extremely close range to fire on this machine gun. And it's in situations like this that a Sherman would definitely have been more useful. Scott's not really a tank. A Sherman could have easily wiped that and potentially stolen it. Rifleman moving up to take the right side munitions. Rear echelon troops making their way up to the fuel, it looks like. Meanwhile, on the left side, riflemen moving to harass. Again, some squads reinforcing here in the center. American never really sending more than one squad to accomplish an objective. Just spreading himself out very wide, harassing territory. The rifle squad is in a lot of danger. Grenadiers stop to engage these rear echelons, though. One of the packs is actually moving over here. This pack just guarding this road. Lieutenant and Pathfinder's moving up to take the victory point. Just trying to focus that machine gun down in green cover, uses a smoke grenade. A full squad of riflemen just died. Ooh, right there, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that two-man squad of riflemen that was capturing the victory point just got laser beamed to death. Meanwhile, pretty big flank going on here by the Lieutenant and Pathfinder squad. It looks like that machine gun will probably get away because of the smoke. They couldn't really fire their weapons, and they both get suppressed by the second machine gun. He is throwing a grenade. In green cover, though, again, only does half damage. And armor-piercing rounds are being utilized to encourage those squads to retreat a little sooner. Ooh, that grenade looked like it would hurt. Fortunately, that squad did not get wiped. It almost did.
Tank destroyer is ready for orders.
Full retreat by the American player once again, though. He's not really making any headway in these pushes the way he was in the beginning of the game. He's now kind of struggling a little bit. He's gone from Scott into Jackson now to prepare himself for any coming tanks. Die Deutsche Wehrmacht has gone with Tier 4. And has, at this point, 125 fuel after purchasing the structure. So, probably going to be getting a Panther, if I had to guess. He's equipped with Panther bulletins. Probably what he's going to do. And he's about 2 minutes away from that. He's also got elite troops. Tiger Ace is probably on its way, 10 command points now. Still several minutes before he'll have enough Tiger Ace. Ooh. Nice shot from the Scott there. Scott is up to 7 kills. Performing quite well. So far it's been rather consistent. Hasn't gotten any ridiculous one-shot squad wipes on full health squads. Just taking out 1 or 2 models as it should. Pathfinders are gonna go pretty low health MG42 squad. They might get some lucky crits, although they are suppressed. Riflemen in green cover firing on the flamethrower there. This pack setup in the road is looking a little bit unsupported. There is a machine gun here to cover it. Jackson hits the field, makes his presence known to this Grenadier squad. Scott also inflicting heavy damage and they'll be forced to retreat. Looks like they're going to get away though. LMG, paratroopers moving up. If he throws a grenade on this machine gun, it will still survive because again, it's in green cover. Although it's repositioning now. Away from the charging infantry, the pack has... Where did the pack go? Where did the pack go? Disappeared, it turned invisible. Oh, there it is. No, that's the other one. Oh, it's all the way back in the base, okay.
The enemy has broken our supply lines. Territory is out of contact.
Oh, geez, he's blobbing super hard. That Scott could punish him really hard for this. No. Oh, he kind of missed a little bit. He's lucky, and now he has spread out. Still, even a shot that kind of missed still inflicted massive casualties because of how clumsy he was there. Well, not casualties, but damage. But the full squad of paratroopers just went down, and all of those Grenadier squads will make it out by a hair. So that engagement actually went in favor of, well, I think. He bled a lot of manpower, but he didn't lose any full vetted squads, and he did take out an LMG paratrooper squad. So yeah, I think that was probably a win for him. Well, this pack is doing a weird maneuver here. We go down to these riflemen.
The enemy has destroyed an anti-tank gun.
That is bad. That is extremely bad. That is not something he could afford to happen, especially not as his Panther is about to hit the field. Having his Panther fight against a Jackson was going to be doable. Fighting against a Jackson and a pack, not so much. That's going to be really tough.
Push up, goddammit! Push up! Just remember, the time between the crack and the shot is the distance to the enemy gunner.
All done over here. All right.
Scott is up to 13 kills. Again, I think a Sherman would have had a similar performance by now. The HE shells. But it's certainly not performing poorly at all. It has not gotten him any extremely lucky shots either though. No lucky squad wipes. Machine guns are reinforcing here in the base. The pack is reinforcing. The Gren blob hasn't even fully reinforced. It's just going to move out in its current condition to support the Panther as it's hitting the field. The Panther could catch that Scott out of position now. Next time the Scott fires, I don't think the American player sees the Panther. No, he does not see it just yet. Scott firing on the Gren blob though. He's taking heavy damage. Panther is going to move up and engage the Scott, which is still out of position and desperately needs to get away from there now. It does pop smoke. Panther is going to chase through the smoke. He utilized attack ground. He doesn't want to chase through the smoke. His opponent has no mines. He should know this as he did not purchase a utility car. That being said, he still takes engine damage from a frontal anti-tank grenade. Panther is now going to engage two Jacksons, but the pack is here, fortunately. Some Jackson shots miss and bounce. They couldn't choose one target. They both fired at different Jacksons there, so they both get away. Various health levels. And those riflemen are stuck. They're stuck on a crawling guy. But they get away. Barely. Map control looking pretty solid for the United States player once again. Being able to beat his opponent quite hard with the Scott.
Capture point is being overrun.
And force the Panther back with his two Jacksons. Stolen pack will of course also help deter the Panther. Depending on exactly how he places it. Riflemen in this building engaging pretty well with these LMG Grenadiers, which cannot afford to stay on the victory point under Scott fire. The two machine guns are making their way back to the front lines and have not been reinforced. Panther is going to take out the ambulance here though. Nice play. He'll be able to do so completely unpunished. Very nice play. That will completely shut down the American player's ability to reinforce, set him back 250 manpower to replace it. At the same time, engaging some Pathfinders there, but the Panther is taking extremely heavy damage from Jackson's fire. Good use of smoke, though. Utilizing Panther Tactician from his Panther to get his Panther out of danger. Jackson's will reposition to safety. The stolen pack just got decrewed by a huge Grenadier blob with MG-42 support. Rifle grenade wipes the Rifleman squad as well. The American player was so absorbed in taking out the Panther that he didn't notice what was happening here, and now his Scot is in mortal danger! Oh, but the first pack shot hit the tractor! That was so lucky. That pack shot had connected, this Scot would have been destroyed. Lieutenant now moving up to try to assist in the engagement. He may wipe this Grenadier squad if he's not careful. He's taking heavy damage. There he goes. It does retreat. He attempted to recrew this pack, but it didn't work. And the pack will be destroyed completely by that Scot. And the Scot is continuing to harass and deal heavy damage. And that pack is getting a little overextended here. He clearly wants to take out that Scot, but he's using the pack to do the Panther's job. Panther can certainly dive well behind enemy lines to try and finish the job, but a pack shouldn't. The American infantry is going to arrive to punish him for that mistake if he doesn't get back soon. Machine guns are setting up here on this strategic point to cover different avenues of approach, but I think that the Ulster player is getting tunnel vision a little bit here, kind of just shoving all of his units straight down the middle. Finally, he is branching out a little here, taking the left side victory point, and he has some units back in his base. They'll hopefully be able to retake the right side, which is now completely undefended. He has engaged very cost-effectively in the last series of engagements, but he's running out of victory points, and he really needs to get the map back under his control. His Panther will be repaired soon. His pack is going to be in a little bit of danger here. And his Panther really needs to get back to the front line. He doesn't have time to fully repair it with only 50 victory points remaining, and the American army charging hard for the left side. Now that his pack just got decrewed and the other one's been destroyed, his machine guns will be helpless against that Scot and grenades. But he has hit 15 command points, and if he waits until 800 manpower, he will have access to the Tiger Ace, which could turn things around for him. Panther gets a nice shot off on the Scot, which immediately pops him up. Jacksons are not going to engage, disengaging and heading back to the base. Pioneers are making their way towards the victory point on the right side. Grenadiers are still blobbing straight down the middle, though, rather than taking some territory back, which he quite desperately needs, and he can't afford to make any extra squads to backcap either because he's clearly loading manpower up for the Tiger Ace. He does recrew his pack here with one Grenadier squad, however. And he's only got one squad of Pioneers. It's going to be of critical importance to keep this squad of Pioneers alive once his Tiger Ace hits the field and his economy is completely shut down. As for Uzmanoy, he does have 364 munitions, so he has access to one P-47 rocket strafe and 2 Jacksons, which should be enough to take out the Tiger Ace. But in addition to the Panther, it may prove difficult. It's going to be very important that he utilizes Jacksons essentially flawlessly. A late game utility car would probably not be a bad purchase either. He's flooding resources a little bit, and if he were to field that utility car now, he could throw down some mines before the Tiger Ace arrives, especially in these areas where his opponent is not really paying any attention. Fortunately, the Ulster player has had the presence of mind to prioritize the victory points over territory. Now he's moving to backcap some points with his Pioneers, but all 3 victory points remain in his control, and since he had so many good squad wipes earlier, his opponent doesn't really have very much ability to harass territory. And he has to move all of his units in unison to attempt to win engagements. He's now going to make a push for the right side, and the Tiger Ace is about to hit the field.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points. Mine!
Jackson hit a mine? Oh, just S-mine field. That's not good. Just an S-mine field. The Panther is moving up to engage regardless, though. Panther is about to expose itself unsupported to 2 Jacksons. Fortunately, both Jackson shots bounce.
Heavy truck, waiting for deployment.
These riflemen are taking heavy damage from that Grenadier squad. They do dodge the rifle grenade successfully, and the victory point is about to be back under their control, but the Tiger Ace is making its way to the right side. 2 riflemen killed with the first shot. And the Tiger Ace is going to dive straight into the Jacksons. Fortunately, both Jackson shots penetrate. They activate armor-piercing rounds, and a P-47 is also being called in, but the strike targets the Panther instead of the Tiger Ace. And both Jacksons have already been destroyed. The Scott will be sued to follow. It doesn't...
We just lost a medium tank.
There it goes. And that's probably the game. American player just lost everything. 47 strike is not going to be sufficient to kill any of this stuff. And the austere player has spent the time during this engagement capturing the map. He now holds all important points.
300 points remain.
Strategic points as well. Doesn't matter. American player surrenders. Well played by both players. Got to see a Panther. Austere Tier 4 is pretty rare. Tiger Ace is one of the few commanders that encourages Tier 4 play, though. Axis wins. GG.